I found myself one night after a long night in a hotel, and there was a mirror on a door that was looking right at me. I got up and swung the door, man, because I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. Like, it made me sick. I couldn't, look at the person I'd become. I made myself disgusted. It was always fun for me through school. Like I said, I never really took anything serious. It was just always about having fun, parties on the weekends, and friends. But once I graduated high school, all my friends went to college, and even further than that, once they got out of college, getting married and having families, and I was just still stuck in the same boat that I was in high school, except way worse. Like, there was a lot of holes in my boat, so I was like sinking. I basically had given up, man. I decided I'm going to be a loser, a scumbag the rest of my life. But I figured that if I kept on the way I was going, that I would, end up dead one way or the other. Somebody'd kill me, or I'd kill myself inadvertently with drugs. Between that and selling everything that I owned, down to my fishing poles, I tried to sell my fishing poles for drugs. I took the stereo out of my car, ripped it out, and sold it for $10. I found myself one night after a long night in a hotel with a girl, and there was a mirror on a door that was looking right at me. I got up and swung the door, man, because I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. Like, it made me sick to look at myself in the mirror. Not just like because I looked like crap, but because I couldn't look at the person I'd become. I made myself disgusted. I had nowhere to go. I got kicked out of the hotel room, and I ended up behind a dumpster. All I had was a cell phone in the bag, and I was calling people, trying to find somewhere to go, and nobody would take me. I had nowhere to go. Again, Teen Challenge began to be the only option. I was being shoved against the wall, backed against a wall. Had no other options. I could go live at a homeless shelter, or I could go to Teen Challenge. So I chose Teen Challenge. I kicked and screamed the whole way there, but once I finally submitted to it, it was like, all right, man, this is really all I've got at this point in my life, so I'm going to make the best of it. I have came a long ways from being behind the dumpster, looking for a place to go and not having nowhere to go, nobody helping me, to now I talk to my family all the time. I remember on my pass, my family threw this big party for me to come home, and it was crazy because before this point in my life, people were doing their best to avoid me and stay away from me. When I came to their house, they'd hide their purses and hide their money and hide their medications. To now, they're excited to see me. They're calling to check on me. Can't wait for me to come home. I never in a million years thought that I would stay on as an intern at Teen Challenge. But here I am, about to stay on as an intern. But I plan to use that time to continue to try to dig in, man, and seek God's will for my life. I would say that the thing I've learned the most to do here at Teen Challenge is to persevere. Because before I would just give up, man. I've learned to embrace tough times, learned to embrace people. I've just learned to use situations that I'm not comfortable with to grow through, man. Make me stronger. Iron sharpens iron. If nothing else, I've learned in 12 months to trust God. I have formed a hope and a faith in knowing, believing in my heart that God has a plan for me. I'm not perfect. I screw up, but that's what Jesus died for. And knowing that I have a purpose is what's kept me here. Hope and faith. My name is Joe, and this is my true story.